Sarah, thanks, Sarah. You did very well. Usually at this time we have someone speak, which I would introduce Judith Sherman. But before we do that, I'm going to turn the service over to Rabbi Perlman. He has a few remarks I'd like to say.
Before we bring Judith in, Judith, I hope you don't mind, but I would like to tell everybody a little bit about us and our relationship before you speak tonight. So Judith Sherman is not only a member of my brother Rabbi Eli's congregation Beit Shalom in Monroe Township, New Jersey. She's also their poet laureate, which is really interesting. She was a guest lecturer at Harvard University, which of course is just around the corner from where Rabbi Bernie lives. And she's spoken about the Holocaust and other Jewish topics as well. I met Judith in Israel. She probably doesn't remember me because I was there with my brothers and with my father and mother, Ohola B'Shalom. I met her in October 2004. I remember that moment specifically because when I met her, the Red Sox were down to the Yankees 3-0. 3-0. We all know what happened after I met Judith, thanks to her and of course, Dave Roberts. The Red Sox went on to win the first World Series in 86 years. The truth is, you're about to see a grainy video that was taken at the Hadassah Hebrew University Medical Center in Yerushalayim, directly under the magnificent Chagall windows. This is a moment that I shall never forget. I would like to share with you, again, the video is grainy, and at the beginning, the talk is a little difficult to hear, but the singing will not be difficult for you to hear. This is Cantor Ivan Perlman of blessed memory, my father, along with his sons, my brothers, and I, singing a song that Judith wrote. She wrote the lyrics to, and my brother Chazan Emmanuel put the music to. The sound of the speaking is difficult to hear, but the sound of the song will be music to all of our ears.
The song that we're going to sing is a poem. It's an original poem written by one of our congregants, Judith Sherman. Stand up. Interesting story about what happened with this song. My brother Manny wrote it. He showed it this morning over breakfast to the conductor of the Israeli Philharmonic Orchestra, Jerusalem Symphony Orchestra, as well as the conductor of the Great Synagogue, for those of you who were there on Saturday, the same person. He was very impressed with this piece, and I hope you are as well.
Judith Sherman, it is a pleasure to introduce you to speak to us tonight about your memories. Thank you for allowing me to share mine.
This will be the first year of the past 64 years of marriage that I will not be sitting next to my husband, Reuben, in a crowded synagogue during Rosh Hashanah. Reuben is Reuben to me. We met in Israel, where he is Reuben. In Brooklyn, where he's born, he is Robert. This year of 5,781, Reuben and I will not be saying Shana Tova to each other. I will say his name during Kaddish prayer. I am Judith Sherman. I'm a Holocaust survivor. At age 14, I am prisoner number 83,621 in concentration camp Ravensbrück, Germany, the only women's concentration camp. In this camp, there are times when I'm in the midst of more dead women than live women, thousands. So many dead and not one Kaddish. I survive, and I want an unconcentration camp funeral. An unconcentration camp funeral. Some years ago, at my request, yes, at my need and request, Reuben and I buy 12 cemetery plots just for the two of us. 12 plots in a Jewish cemetery on a hill with trees and space and tradition. I want this, I need this, tradition and witnesses and Kaddish. Into this cemetery, Reuben precedes me, but my place there is assured. Reuben dies this July 5th of this year. He dies of Parkinson's disease. Rabbi Eli Perlman helps us arrange for a traditional Jewish funeral and performs the funeral service. A traditional Jewish funeral, a blessing and miracle in this virus time. Some years ago, Reuben is president of Beit Shalom, where our Perlman is the rabbi. Members of our synagogue, of our family, children, grandchildren, and me have been saying Kaddish here at Temple Ner Tamid since the day of Reuben's funeral. Some evenings, all of us, some evenings, some of us. Reuben hears our voices in the company of your voices. The voices of so many of our empty synagogue converge here. Here we say Kaddish, and here we are heard. What a gift for Reuben and my family, and what a gift to your loved ones and your family. Thank you, Rabbi Richard Perlman and Rabbi Horowitz. And so this is not a memory connection to Rosh Hashanah past, but it will be a memory into the future. An empty synagogue, Zoom-connected participants, Kaddish said, the shofar heard. Thank you, Rabbi Perlman brothers. Whenever I say Kaddish, I also always say it for those who have no one to say Kaddish for them. Can you do that also? Reuben would like that. Thank you, and Shana Tova.
All I can say is, we love you. That's all I can say. We love you. Don't turn her microphone off, because she now has to lead the psalm of the season. And it's a good thing she's doing it with Rabbi Bernie, because I could not keep up with you right now. Judith, Shana Tova, awesome. To you and your family, may you all have a sweet and joyous new year together.
I got to compose myself for a minute.
He doesn't
Here we go. Judith, you can start off, and I'll be the congregation.
Adonai is my light and my help. Whom shall I fear? Adonai is the strength of my life. Whom shall I dread?
When evildoers draw near to slander me, when foes threaten, they stumble and fall. Though armies be arrayed against me, I have no fear. Though wars threaten, I remain steadfast in my faith.
One thing I ask of Adonai, for this I yearn, to dwell in the house of Adonai all the days of my life, to behold God's beauty, to pray in God's sanctuary.
Hiding me in his shrine, safe from peril, God will shelter me beyond the reach of disaster. Oh, sorry about that. And raise my head high above my enemies.
I will bring God offerings with shouts of joy, singing, chanting, praise to Adonai.
Adonai, hear my voice when I call, and be gracious to me and answer. It is you whom I seek, says my heart. It is your presence that I seek, Adonai.
Do not hide from me. Do not reject your servant. You have always been my help. Do not abandon me. Forsake me not, my God of deliverance.
Though my father and my mother leave me, Adonai will care for me. Right here.
Teach me your way, Adonai. Guide me on the right path to confound my oppressors.
And do not abandon me to the will of my foes, for false witnesses have risen against me, purveyors of malice and lies.
Yet I have faith that I shall surely see Adonai's goodness in the land of the loving. Hope in Adonai. Be strong, take courage, and hope in Adonai.
Lule hamanti l'rot betuv Adonai be'aretz chaim, kaveh Adonai chazak v'yamet libecha, v'kaveh Adonai. Thank you, Judith. Very well read.
Thank you.
Now we're going to do a Mourner's Kaddish once again. And let me straighten this out for you all. There we go.
Judith, I'm going to join in with this Kaddish for your request. And
Your
whenever
request,
I say the Kaddish from now on, I will always remember your request.
And those saying Mourner's Kaddish, please unmute your microphones. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabba. Bi alma v'rak yehutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chaye v'yomechon u'v'chaye kol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'man arim v'yamru amen. Yehei shnei rabba me'orach le'olam umei omaya. Yit barach, v'yish tava, v'yit ufa, v'yit roma, v'yit naseh, v'yit hadar, v'yit alef, v'yit halal, v'mei d'grusha, v'rich, le'ela min kol birchata, v'shirata, tushbechata, v'nechemata, da'amiran v'alma v'yamru amen. Yehei shlama rabba bin Ishaya, V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom u'romav u'hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Maybe we get a little. Thank you, Jeff. And at this time, I call upon Adele to make a few announcements.
First of all, Judith, that your words were absolutely beautiful. I had to wipe my eyes a couple of times because it was just so beautiful. You are a lovely, lovely woman, and I hope someday that I can meet you. You know, I go to New York sometime. My son lives in Long Island, so maybe we can meet halfway someplace, okay? Because I would love to give you a hug. Just to remind, okay.
Thank you.
To remind everybody, services are Sunday through Thursday at 7. Next Friday night at 7 o'clock. It's Erev Rosh Hashanah. Services on Saturday will start at 9 a.m. And Shana Tova, everybody, and don't forget tzedakah. I really don't know what else to say. I just want to remind everybody that during the services for the holidays, your mics will be disabled. You will not be able to turn your mics on, and you will not be able to use the chat function either. So that's just something we are going to put in place for the holidays. So, Erev Tov.
Erev Tov. Rabbi, do you have anything else you want to say at all?
I'm speechless.
He says, yeah, I hear you. It was nice to see you singing with your dad and your brothers, by the way.
Judith, I want you to know they've never seen me like this here. You did it. You did it. And thank you for that. God bless you. And your family. It's so wonderful to have you all joining us and being a part of our family. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you. I know it means a lot to our family. And I know Ruben hears us also. It means a lot to him. Yeah.
Totally. Absolutely. Have a Laila Tov. We'll see you all later.
Laila Tov, everyone.
Laila Tov.
All right.
Rabbi, thank you, Judith.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to close out now, everybody. All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.